Hello listeners / viewers. So we need to start with a little disclaimer because I managed to royally screw up the video on this episode. This episode was actually filmed a year ago, just before Christmas last year, and we've been waiting for the right moment to release it because it's quite different from a lot of the other content we've been doing, and it felt like now that Christmas has come round again, it's probably a good time to release it. But it does mean that we've got some updates for you because it's been a year from our guest Lily. Some technical disclaimers before we get to those updates. Basically, I managed to screw up the video on this where Andy's cut out completely for the whole of Lily's interview and mine managed to cut out towards the end. So apologies on that front. We have put screenshots in instead of our faces, so enjoy those. I hope that's not too annoying access wise. Hopefully the subtitles will kind of get you through for those of you who need lip reading or subtitles to engage with this. So now back to the fun stuff. The updates from Lily are, at the time of filming, we didn't know, but when we were filming this episode, she was actually super early pregnant and none of us knew, not even Lily. And we can now say that she's had her little baby. So yeah, she's doing really well. So is the little one, so is the family. I've no doubt that it's being covered in Pom-Poms and Marmite as we speak. More context on that when you listen to the episode. But yeah, we all just want to say congratulations to Lily and Merry Christmas to you all. Can't believe it's Christmas already. But yeah, thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and enjoy the episode.
That's clearance. Have a great show.
Now we're recording. I'm going to keep this one in.
Yeah,
great. So I've done a Heidi Vaughan. I mean, that's not like what Heidi would do. It's just the reference to the episode where that last happened again.
So
I forgot to press
we
record.
were literally just talking about how tired we both are.
Yeah.
And then you hadn't recorded.
And then I just hadn't press record.
Oh, hello everyone. Welcome to Absolute Seas.
Yeah. Well, I guess like we first began with how are you? What are you up to? Because
Yes.
Gabrielle's currently in a play,
Children's family show,
Yeah.
Christmas show. I'm doing Pinocchio. And I was just saying that a lot of the show today became almost like a mime show because the kids were shouting and screaming so loud because they're encouraged to and they're absolutely allowed to. But it was just very funny and the show became a very different show. But it does mean that I'm absolutely knackered. But it was hilarious. And then I was just asking you how you are and you went, oh, I'm not recording.
I'm not recording. Whoops. I'm good. I'm doing a scratch show. It was the first time I've done scratch in about 6 years.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've done sort of that. So it's been part of an R&D process of a new play that I'm acting in and someone else is writing and directing. It was cool. I saw some very interesting and cool like other things acts going on. Which for me, that was probably the most enjoyable thing, is seeing other humans, other people do stuff and like be working on things.
That's what I love about Scratch Nights is going, oh, I really liked that writing. I think I'm going to like keep an eye on them or, you know, like there was, so basically Andy, if you don't already know this, organised like a staff showcase at the Bristol Old Vic a few months ago.
It was last year. It was 13 months ago. It was a few months ago.
Like
13 of them.
Not that long ago. But there were some really incredible pieces in that I was like, I'm going to keep my eye on them. And some of them have now been expanded into full shows that I haven't managed to catch yet, but like were really good. So I think Scratch Nights is so important for creating new work because you just end up, it's a lifeline, I think, for a lot of theatre makers.
Especially if
try out the material.
If you haven't done anything for a while.
And
the phone's a bit quiet or your inspiration hasn't quite been there. Or just time. So we're talking today about empowerment.
Yes, we are.
And sort of surviving the industry-ish. But I mean, there's a lot of stuff about that. But we don't really touch a whole lot on there. But
I mean, it's an episode that I really pushed to do because I think this industry can be really, really hard at times. And like we try to be positive on this podcast because there's enough negativity around, but we do like to touch on like the real stuff. And this was something that I really wanted to talk about because there is something about when I speak to friends who have decided to leave the industry or leave acting or whatever it is because it's not serving them anymore, or they're not happy, or like there are so many different reasons, or they found something else that they love equally. I'm always like really, really proud of them and really, really happy for them, because it can be a really tough and dare I say it, toxic relationship.
Yeah.
And it's just something that I really wanted to bring someone in because. So our guest this week is Lily, and I've known Lily for years. We used to run a theatre company together. We did Made in Bristol together. And I've always just been in awe of the people who are brave enough to kind of step away and do the best thing for them. And that's something that she's done in the last couple of years. And I just really wanted to talk to her about like what that process was like and how that empowered her and what her life looks like now. And so this is going to be a really different episode.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not going to be, how do I do this in the industry? And I hope that you all really enjoy it still, because it's something that I think is not spoken about enough, because I think there's this thing in the industry that if you step away, you've failed in some way, which I think is the absolute opposite. And I think it's very, very brave. And yeah, I'm just very, very proud of friends who have done that. But yeah, I hope that this episode brings some comfort or some empowerment. If you're going through something right now in like struggling with questions about being in the industry, and if you are, I hope that you're okay, and I hope that you know that this industry is tough, but you have inherent worth as a person, and that's like really important to hold on to. And as much as we love this, like make sure you look after yourselves, because mental health is so important.
Yeah, 100%, definitely.
But yeah, I hope that Lily's words are insightful to lots of people.
Yeah.
And we'll let you listen now. We'll let you listen to Lily because she's great.
So we're on that wonderful note. Thank you so much. And we will see you on the other side of the jingle.
Bye.
Joining us this week is a human that's been surrounded by theatre since before she was born. And having watched a video yesterday that appeared on my wife's Facebook memories, I can confirm that she can crack out a mean singing solo during a gospel version of Eve 17 and Gabrielle's If You Ever. Having taken her work to Edinburgh Fringe, Theatre Royal Plymouth and even the National Theatre. However, and most importantly, she is also an influencer with her family in a troupe called the Marmite Sketeers, who rates all Marmite products from 1 to 10. It's Lily London-Barnham!
It's actually from 1 to 5.
Is it
on
really?
the-
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness, I am so...
Is it?
That's my
Oh
fault.
no, maybe it's not. Maybe you're right.
I'm sure I've seen your mum be like, 8.
I think you're right. I think it is to
8.5.
Yeah, I think it is to 10. I think you're
Your
right.
mum's so specific. It's very funny.
Love it.
She really is.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So very exciting. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you. I
So
love the show.
how's your day been so far?
My day has been I would say probably one of the most normal days you could offer a person.
Love it.
Waking up for work, going to work.
But breakfast you had cake.
I had cake for
Which is
breakfast.
not
Thanks
a
for bringing that
normal
up
day.
again.
Listen,
Gabrielle.
no,
Appreciate that.
I'm bringing that up because I think that's glorious, not because.
It was a special leftover slice of cake that a friend gave me on the weekend that I decided to consume this morning for breakfast, as any healthy person.
Excellent choice.
As any
Excellent
adult
choice.
can with agency
Yeah.
over what they want to do. in
You
their
are
lives, so.
in charge of what you do in your own life. There we go.
I love
Excellent.
that.
Right, should we crack on with our breaker? Our
Icebreaker, gosh,
Icebreaker.
yeah.
I forgot the
Yes.
word for ice then. I just went,
There we
our
go.
breaker. Okay, so
Okay.
Lily, you're famously the Pom-Pom Queen.
Oh, yes.
So, so some context. For Lily's wedding, her brother Jack wrote her a song called The Pom-Pom Queen.
Brother and mother, yes.
And mother.
Yeah, they
did
wrote it together, yeah.
My apologies,
Amazing.
Emma. So, would you rather have pom-poms for hands or conjure pom-poms, but you don't know when they're going to appear?
Oh, I feel like pom-poms appearing at any time is appropriate. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. You can just jazz up any situation with a...
But you don't know when they're going to appear.
I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Nothing should be so serious that a pom-pom ruins.
What design?
Even like therapy, like
Come on, lighten the mood.
what design would you like on the pom-poms? Would you like a specific one?
See,
or-
I like a block colour pom-pom
Okay.
with a bit of tinsel in. That is my current...
I respect that.
Yeah, so we'll stick to one colour, but maybe with a bit of sparkles.
Right, so
Yeah.
kind of like a little bit Christmassy.
Yeah, but I feel like Christmas sparkles are appropriate all year round, no?
Yeah,
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, definitely.
We need
Yeah.
more joy in the world.
Yeah.
What? How long has the pom-pom curiosity been going on for?
God, I don't really know. At one point when my acting career was failing, I decided that I was going to become a freelance crafter.
Amazing.
And I
remember
made
this phase, yeah.
I made a pom-pom crafting kind of Etsy that I was going to sell my crafts on, and I don't really know what happened with that.
Did you sell some?
No, not a single one.
Did it bring you joy?
It brought me joy, and I made a lot of pom-pom objects, and you know, that's never a bad thing.
And that's that.
But that dwindled, that career of mine.
But
Sadly.
did it bring you a lot of joy?
Yeah,
like, to do it?
definitely. And I liked seeing. I'd give them to friends as like Christmas presents, birthday presents. I'd make like pom-pom headdresses, and
They are
then
so good.
they are very good.
Love
I
seeing
do
them.
enjoy them, and
They're great.
mine still get to wear occasionally if I go to a festival or something.
Yeah, great.
But yeah, sadly, never made a single penny out of my pom-pom career.
Listen, capitalism is overrated.
Yeah,
Capitalism
I
is
know.
overrated. Quite
I mean, I don't really make any money out of my acting
Yeah.
career, so
There we are. But you are here to talk to us about sort of like empowerment and finding joy, not necessarily like within a capitalist endeavor or within that kind of thing.
yeah.
So like you obviously you've grown up in theatre, right? So you come from a theatrical family. So like I might not know, but like your mum was a stage manager.
Yeah, mum was a stage manager. My brother, Jack Drury, is a musical director, musician, theatre director, runs his own theatre company, Tremolo Theatre, which
Who
my
you've
mum...
worked with as
I've
well,
also worked
which
with
is
them. My
great.
mum also works with them, kind of family business moment. And then my dad was an actor.
Yeah.
My stepfather was a writer. And then it kind of goes back. My grandfather was an actor, Peter Copley.
Oh, I didn't realise it went back
yeah,
that many
it's-
generations.
yeah, it goes back a lot.
A dynasty.
Yeah. So it was always quite a... we used to discuss theatre and film, and, you know, it was, always a lot of talk about the arts going on in my household.
And what was that, I guess, like, if it's always been a thing, but what was that conversation like as a kid and then moving into an adult? Like, because obviously you then decided to go into being an actor and making theatre. So for those who don't know, me and Lily did Made in Bristol together at the Bristol Ovic. And then you went to Alra.
Yes.
So like, was that always on the cards, or were there other things that you thought you might go and do? Or?
I think for me, kind of growing up, it was always kind of assumed and expected that I was going to be creative in some way, whether that was singing or acting. Those were kind of, I had to make a choice about that at a point in my life. And I chose acting because it kind of incorporates the two, even though singing incorporates acting as well.
Yeah.
But
Because Lily's an incredible singer.
thank you, thanks, Gabs.
I mean, I've watched the video.
I'm biased.
Amy showed me the
It's
video
true.
yesterday.
I love that Amy's brought that up from...
It came up on like that isn't even an exaggeration or hyperbole or even a changed anything. It genuinely just randomly.
Really?
I've been talking about you being on the show
Right.
and that we were recording this today, and later on it popped up on her Facebook memory. So if that's not
That is so
if that's
funny.
not
Divine
serendipitous.
or an advert that
Meta is watching and listening to all this, you make your choice.
Yeah.
But genuinely, it pops up, and then she showed me. It was great. It was
So
literally in the last 24 hours. So
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, from an early age, I did Bristol Vic Young Company, and we were a kind of vibrant, creative household. So I think it was always assumed that would happen. I mean, I wasn't a wallflower growing up, let's put it that way. So
I remember when I met you, I was like, whoa, who is this person? She's as in like, wow, she's amazing.
Oh, well, I thought the same about you many years ago.
Thanks, mate.
With your studded belt.
Oh God, I was an emo kid. I was an emo. That's fine.
Do you think like you had any? Do you have like any choice in that you wanted to go into the industry, or at least sort of like going into as an actress, because of like the influences around you, or was it always sort of like on the cards that do you know what, this is where a curiosity that I have because of my family being in the arts?
I don't remember there being any specific choice. I remember always wanting that. I remember when I got to my A levels and kind of friends were deciding whether they wanted to go to university or not. And drama school, my mum had gone to drama school as a stage manager, and she kind of talked to me about drama school growing up. And I think when that, those decisions were being made about university, people going to art school, whatever their thing was, I kind of decided, well, this is my time to go to drama school. Didn't want to do any revision anyway. So when I found out I had to get 2 E's to get into drama school, I thoroughly went down that route. And I got 3 C's in the end, guys. I'll put it out there.
Well done.
Doing 0 revision, pretty good. So I guess, there wasn't... I suppose the option would have been there if I wanted it, but I never really wanted anything else. I just wanted to be creative and flounce around, and
so that's the reason I asked that. It's not a bad thing. I think there's I just have a real curiosity about whether people go into something because it's just that's the world that they've been brought up and experienced, and they love it and they thrive in it, or if there's a almost rebellion against going against the thing that the rest of the family have done.
Maybe that's what's happened to me now. Is my life now is kind of the rebellion, the kind of more like
that's great.
Yeah, okay. I think that is.
And how
does journey.
How does that feel?
I mean, it's different. I guess I'm in a different kind of area from my family now. I'm very much an office worker, and it's great. It works for me really well, and I've kind of you still find those things that give you that creative buzz in other things. It's just a different life, and it's not a life that I ever thought I was going to have for myself. But I've made these decisions because of what I want from my life, and I'm happy with that. Yeah, more or less.
So I guess was that decision to kind of move out of the creative industries. Like, what was that, and like why was that, and then how have you used that to like empower yourself to now build this life that you are like really happy with and really like?
I think it was a combination of factors. One of them obviously being COVID. I think COVID, changed a lot of people's lives, especially in our industry, especially in theatre. I had mega theatre plans coming up after having just done Edinburgh and looking forward to kind of moving on with the next thing. I was going to make a show about working in a sex shop, because I have experience in that, and I wanted to make a show about it.
Yeah.
And I kind of had everything in line. I think this was like in the summer before COVID. All of these things were lining up, and it looked like I had the director on board that I wanted, and the Bristol Vic were kindly going to gift me, help me with a rehearsal space. And then COVID hit, and it kind of rocked everyone's worlds, didn't it? Like there's no two ways about it. It was crazy for everyone. and I had to make a decision about what I was going to do. I started working actually at an organic food shop, and that was kind of supposed to be a temporary thing. And then me and my partner at the time, now husband, were kind of thinking about what we wanted to do with our lives, where we kind of saw ourselves going. We'd just moved in together at that time as well, and kind of knew that we were in it for the long run. He has always been kind of a more in a kind of more normal job, I guess that's the way that you'd put it, right? And he understood my kind of freelance free spirit thing, but I think there were lots of discussions about like the realities of it and how we were going to kind of go on with what we wanted, which was, you know, to get married and hopefully have a family. And that COVID year was very, traumatic for me. It was for the entire world, but I had 4 of my grandparents die that year, which was like a big kind of shift in realizing what was important. And family at the end of that came up as like that, this is what I want. So then decided that it was time for me to kind of get a normal job for now and see how that goes.
Or to make that thing happen that you really want. That was the priority, for sure. Because being a creative isn't nowhere stable financially or in any way, really, is it?
And we were thinking, you know, about like, if hopefully when the time comes, maternity leave as a 100%. Freelancer is, you know, I mean, maternity pay as a freelancer is very, very minimal. Statutory maternity pay is like, is £184 a week, I think.
I didn't even realise we got maternity pay. You can get maternity pay as a freelancer.
Okay, but it's really low. Okay. I think actually it's about to go up to £187 a week. Wow. It's not a lot. So we were very much thinking forward to that, which is when you're kind of, I don't know, how old was I then? 29. Thinking about those things is like, it's quite a big deal. It's quite a big thing, and it felt very intimidating, but I think, I kind of was trying to be sensible, which I maybe haven't been about those decisions in the past. I was trying to be sensible about what I wanted from my life. So that's kind of how we got there. Sorry, a long-winded.
It's good. You touched on some really lovely points as well, because there is a resurgence for some creatives and actors who have done something 30 odd years ago, stepped away from the industry, and then ended up coming back in some really big ways. And that's really one thing that's got me thinking about is like, that's absolutely fine, because I think if you have that, if that's a part of your soul anyway, of creating stuff,
it's never
it doesn't matter whether you're 20 or 40 or 60 or even older, because like you say, I don't think it's ever going to go. And I think there is always the thing about about freelancing is that there's always a position there if you choose that you want to do it again.
I mean, maybe it's going to be more difficult getting into it the second time round,
but also it might be in a different capacity. Like, let's be honest, if you're a chorus dancer in a musical and then you come back when you're 60 and you can no longer hit yourself in the face with your leg, that is a different, you come back as a different vibe and you come back looking in a different perspective and a different way of working. But that's what's nice about this industry is you can step out for a bit and then step back in. Like, I think there was a big, I don't know if you felt this, there was a big stigma, I feel like pre-COVID, that it was like, well, if you step away, people are going to be like, oh, well, they haven't worked, or like, why did you step away, or all of those things. And I feel like post-COVID, it's more like, oh, you wanted to step away to earn some money for a bit, or you wanted to step away because you needed to look after yourself. Great. Like, I think that has changed.
I agree. I think people have moved away from that idea that you have to be grinding for, you know, sort of like 110 hours a week of just sort of, even that if that's just emails to agents or whatever. I do think that people...
I think, the reality of it as well is that most actors have other jobs. Like most actors will be doing other jobs, as you guys know. and you can kind of hopefully dip in and out of that as you wish, or maybe not as you wish, but that's how it works, you know. That's
And I guess what have been some like really life affirming moments since stepping out for a bit or for now? Like what have been some really lovely moments you've gone, I'm so glad I did that?
I don't know. I think maybe like finding my place within an office has been like pretty cool. I didn't ever kind of see that for me. And I work on reception, so it's a massive office. We've got about 400 people kind of in and out weekly, and it's lots of different people working on lots of different things all within one building. I feel like in that building I am one of the only people who knows everyone in there. And that for me is so cool.
I recognise that.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do being here.
100%
I would say 80 to 90% of those people I have a friendship or an acquaintance with them. I am an acquaintance with them. And I know so much about these people's lives, and they are so interesting. And people, I mean, we're in theatre and this life because we love people and we love people's stories, and we love learning about their families and their history and you know what's made them who they are. You still get that when you're on reception talking to everyone who comes into that building. And I think, for me, that is very life affirming.
So do you think that it makes you better at your current job because of...
Oh, 100%. And that was one of the things that was like... kind of rammed into you at drama school, right? Is like these skills that you have that you get at drama school are transferable to other things, and they are.
That's great.
Do you find that the working in that particular environment, that there are occasions where your creativity can thrive, or that it either is itching to burst out, or that you just sort of take a pond dip back into it?
Yeah, I think so. I think the nature of being in an office is you kind of, at times you have to be a morale booster. And I think a bit of that is performance. Definitely if you're not having the best day yourself, you have to kind of, you know, bring people's spirits up, as like as cheesy as it sounds. And I don't know. I think I'm like generally quite a positive person anyway, and enjoying being around people like that is kind of bringing that kind of vibe. I don't know, the vibes bringer, I guess.
You're some front desk like, hi, welcome to the office.
Exactly.
If someone was to say to you, I'm thinking of stepping away from the industry, what would your response be to them with that?
Look, I think the main thing about this, right, is thinking about what you want from your life, what's important to you, and is this thing that you're doing stopping you from getting that? Like it's quite deep, really, isn't it? It's what do you want? Like if you were to, sorry to bring negativity, but if you were to die in 2 years, what would you be absolutely gutted that you haven't done with your life when you look back? And if that's my ultimate aim, is I want to be on the national stage, and I want to be, you know, in a feature film, and I want to be making millions from films or whatever it is, go for that, do that. But if that's not your everything, find your balance, because there is a balance. There can be a balance. And for me, that was having family, having a baby, getting married. And I hopefully have found that balance. And that, like we said, there's no reason why when that hopefully baby goes off to reception or whatever, you know, the kind of stage that you're at now with yours, that you can't kind of go into that again.
So now that you're you've stepped out of the industry, where do you find joy within creativity? Like, obviously, we touched on the Marmite Skitteers.
Let's
Can we talk about the Marmite
Skitteers?
Skitteers? Marmite Skitteers.
Well,
So, firstly, explain
the Marmite
what
Skitteers is, I don't even know where it came from.
Love this.
I think,
wasn't it just like an Instagram video that you did? one day?
yeah, we got some Marmite flavoured cashews or something and decided that we were going to film our... Oh, it was hummus? It was some product.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And we decided that me, my mum, my brother, and my husband, who was not my husband at the time, we're going to
That's why he now is.
And that's
your
why
husband.
he's now my husband.
You had to legally lock him in.
We were going to film our reaction to eating. I think it was hummus, and I put it on my Instagram, and the reaction from it, to be fair, amongst people I know, was amazing. We've got some absolute diehard fans. Gabrielle is one of them.
And can I just say that one of my relatives works for the company that owns Marmite. So to the point where I have submitted these videos to Marmite, and we're just, waiting. Wait for you to blow up.
We tried to
Do you know
get
what I
in.
mean?
I've actually direct messaged them as well. Like, I think we should be your new advertising
You should
campaign.
be. You would
We
be
just
so, especially at
love-
like Christmas. You guys would be so wholesome. Listen.
Maybe we'll get there one day. But things like that, like making silly videos, like Instagram, TikTok, like, we're performers. Find your way to perform. Like, you can have that.
Well, a lot of people have done that by, going and putting their art on a page, and then they've now sort of like reached lots of people, and it's really helped their career. And that's not right for everyone. Like, it's not for me, babe. I couldn't. It's too stressful. But I think it really can work, and I think you're right. Like, just sharing your art is what we want to do, right? As creatives.
Yeah, we're in a modern society with these amazing devices at our hands, where you can share whatever you want.
Yeah.
So with the Marmite Skitteers, oh my goodness! I'm going to say it a lot so that I can make sure it flows
It's
off
a
the
tongue
tongue.
twister, a little warm up.
I love it. It's great. It's so good. So are there? Do you actively search for particular products so that you can review, or is it just when something comes along, you're like you get on the WhatsApp and go, I think we need.
It's more like if one of us were to see something in a shop, we'd kind of buy it and then plan out doing one. Normally, it would happen around like a Christmas or an Easter when the family is going to be together anyway.
Yeah.
Great.
And then I think there was one day where we might have even filmed 3 in one day and changed our outfits.
What?
Gabs is like completely baffled by this. Yeah, we did an outfit change so that it looked like it was 3 different days, and then released them slowly. I think
This
we
is
did
like
this
really professional.
Yeah.
Well, didn't someone send one to you
yes,
as well?
yeah.
So it's
Someone
like...
sent us. I think that might have been the little cheese spike things, and we shared them and shouted her out. Yeah. Our fans.
to our fans, which is just me and your other friend.
Yeah.
Just like,
Do
you've had loads of people watch.
Is there sort of like one that you would like to see, that you would like to rate? Either an existing one or like a combination.
Interestingly, yesterday I went to a supermarket and I found 2 Marmite products and I bought them both. But, however, it was not for the Marmite Skitteers. It was indeed for a Christmas party cheese night. So that's going to be an unfilmed reaction because I'm not going to break the Marmite Skitteer circle.
But could you not, just for me, could you not, could you like present it and then the other 3 can, because that is
because we
so
could
joyous.
do I don't know. We'll see what we can do for you. We'll see what we
thanks.
can do.
You're doing the Lord's work. Amazing. But yeah, and then obviously you've got your singing as well. Like, what are you doing with that now? Like, is it like a personal, just like brings joy for yourself, or are you like, how are you?
For now, I think I am not doing anything with my singing, but that's not to say that I won't eventually. I think for me, actually, if I look at kind of the future and what my creative path is going to be ongoing, I would say possibly singing is something that I'd like to explore more than acting now.
Interesting.
I think
And is that something that you found since stepping away?
Yeah.
Like, has that been? And what
I
has
think
that
I
changed?
think being out of the acting industry for me has made me reflect on the kind of the competition of it and the way that it's kind of it's about how you look, isn't it? And a lot of these castings won't be anything based on talent, and they'll be about how you look, and that singing, I mean, it probably has that to an extent, but it's different. You're not gonna not get a singing job because of how you look to the same extent.
But you can also be like really artistic. Like, let's look at Chapel Roan, for example, who wears like a pig mask and like, do you know what I mean? Like, you can do it you don't have to be. Whereas in acting, generally, like, you're just going to get typecast into a certain role. Like, yeah. So that's really exciting.
It is, I suppose. I would definitely like to do that more and kind of build that skill. I think that I did a good stint of trying acting, and I had a few things that I really, really enjoyed and did well with, and singing for me would definitely be the next thing.
Is there a genre that you would like to work with for that or explore?
Singing generally, I enjoy kind of more soulful, kind of upbeat. Definitely like party vibes. I don't think I'm much of a kind of ballady girl, though. I'll try anything.
I'm available.
Yeah. I think I love the idea of doing like more like parties and weddings and
nice. Yeah.
I could see you at wedding.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah.
How would you how do you feel about the relationship between like creativity and mental health and like that kind of thing? Because obviously, stepping away from the industry, I'm guessing we were talking a bit about like being typecast and et cetera, but what's your thoughts on that and that linking together?
Being an actor is the most difficult job in the world, I think. Dealing with rejection is kind of the main part of one of the main parts of it, isn't it? You have to be able to deal with that rejection.
Yeah.
And if you stop being able to deal with that rejection, it's not good for you. Like you if you want to be an actor, you have to be able to deal with that. If you stop being able to deal with that, you should not be an actor anymore. It is too difficult. And I've had some of the toughest times of my life dealing with rejection.
Yeah.
For something completely outside of my control.
Yeah, but that's it, isn't it? It feels so hard to separate that when you're like, but I'm just giving you all of me, and you're saying no.
Yeah.
What do I do now?
For no reason that you can help.
Yeah.
One of the last things that I got rejected for that was kind of, I suppose, the nail in the coffin was a show that was auditioning women, and I found out that they gave the last role to a man, and it didn't.
You're like, I can't win.
It didn't go well
win.
for me. It upset me. I mean, I heard from someone that I was in the running for that last part.
Is that that's almost harder?
It was so difficult.
Yeah.
And they said in the call out that they were only auditioning women or
AFAB.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I'm guessing that person was not.
No. Yeah. So that was pretty gutting. And I think you have to look after yourself. I remember at drama school, one of my tutors saying, if a close family member to you dies, are you going to choose to go to an audition or go to their funeral? And if anyone said funeral, he said, no, you should be going to that audition. And I think that is one of the most ridiculous things to say. I mean, that.
But you know what? I've come across plenty of those tutors as well.
Yeah.
But when you're 18, you go, of course.
And
that's why
so damaging.
Yeah, there are so
bad.
many things like that you get taught, and it's horrendous. horrendous. Sorry, I interrupted
No,
you.
no, I can't believe that was even put to you as an 18-year-old starting
fact.
drama school. That is your priority now. What you're at drama school, this is now your priority. It was wild to me. And I think maybe I kind of had that in me for a while.
Oh yeah, I did as well.
Maybe not to that extent, but
I've definitely missed like really important life events.
really.
It's harder when it's a job that you're in because obviously that's a job. But yeah, I've missed things that I wish I just missed a really close friend's wedding.
Right.
And I was like really sad about it. But I was in a contract and you're like, well, I can't come. And I think you have to sacrifice so much.
Yeah.
If you could wave a magic wand and change one thing about the industry,
Ooh.
what would it be?
Can I say two for this? Because
100%.
there are two that
Please do.
I think. And one of them is a small little thing that hopefully wouldn't be too much of a change, which is casting directors, people who are auditioning, tell your actors if they have not got the role. Please.
Mm-hmm.
Hashtag yes or no
Please.
campaign. Thank you.
Please tell your actors if they haven't got the role. The amount of weeks that actors spend waiting.
But also trying not to hope.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
hoping.
lot of work when you really would like something to... The best advice I've got is forget about it when you leave the room. But if you really want something and you're really hoping for it because it's a project you really believe in or it's people that you really want to work with, that doesn't work and you really want it. And then when you find out because the casting gets announced and you're like...
It's so heartbreaking.
You see it on TV.
You see it on TV.
See it on TV.
And you see
on
yourself
TV.
because, well, we've touched on this before in previous
Yeah.
episodes, but where you see because it's all of the same people in a green room
Yeah.
waiting to go in, and then you're like,
You see who's got it. And my second magic one was obviously more funding for theatre
yeah,
and young people in theatre and
here.
small theatre companies.
Just also an appreciation of the arts
Yes.
in this country.
Yes.
I know we're biased, but
Yes.
yeah, I feel like there's a real oh, you're just messing around. And it's like, no, we've trained, we've spent a lot of money.
We've trained, we want to do this, we can do it well.
We want to do it. Please just give us the funding so we can we want to entertain you. Let us entertain you, please.
I think we're going to bring up now and go into your absolute scene.
It's time.
Oh, it's time.
It is
time,
time.
baby.
Time has come.
I think we've landed neatly into that area. So yeah, I mean, our listeners will no doubt know
They
what
know by
all this is
now.
about now. So really, we're just sort of looking forward to hear about your scene from a film, TV show, or theatre that is your absolute scene.
Okay. Again, annoyingly, I want to do a two-parter.
Please.
Many have.
Tom Brennan got two,
Loads of
so
people
I'm
do.
gonna-
Jess also
Jess
did
did
too.
too,
so.
yeah.
One of them actually not being a scene, but a defining moment, if that's right.
Mm-hmm.
The moment for me, knee-high theatre, Tristan and Isolde, changed my life, made me want to be an actor. I can't remember how old I was, probably 11, maybe a bit older. I sat in the Bristol Vic and I cried so much that my mum was embarrassed. And my mum is very good at people crying. She was embarrassed of me crying so much because it affected me so much and changed the course of my life. Knee-high theatre in that show changed the course of my life. So big shout out to them. I know it's not a scene, but
No, it's great.
a scene in my life.
Can I ask, what about it?
I don't even especially remember it. Okay. I remember they then brought it back a few years later.
Yeah.
And I don't specifically remember that either, but I just remember, seeing theatre being brought to life like that. Knee-high were the best at it, right? They were...
Proper, but there's a style in the West Country as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's proper storytelling round the campfire vibes with magical imagery. Yeah, so I think it's different to seeing a polished Western show, isn't it?
And I think also coming up from the Bristol Young Company, very much kind of that style of ensemble and
I find it's just so magical and wonderful and so important, I think,
when you hear stories of young people, not of teenagers, not adults yet, whose lives, and that's great, but to young people whose lives or thought processes or careers have just suddenly changed because they've seen live performance. I'm going to say live performance because music can also do the same for many as well.
Yeah. And that's why it's so important to be accessible as well. It can change lives.
Yeah.
And then my second is a scene, and it is the film Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Wonderful.
Which is one of my all-time favourite films. And I mean, there's many, many moments in that film, but there is a moment, I think it's towards the end, it might be the kind of climax of the film. Kate Winslet is talking about her flaws and how no one would want to be with her, and she's difficult, and she's all these different kind of, she's a multifaceted character with loads of problems and different things. And then Jim Carrey, she says, no one would want to be with me. I can't remember the exact line that he says, but he kind of just accepts her for everything that she is. And it is the most beautiful. It's kind of all you'd ever want from a relationship, is someone just saying, I accept you for everything that you are, for all of your problems. I accept you, and I love you, and I want you in every way. And I think him in that film, her, I mean, she's amazing. She's amazing. But him in that film, so different for him. I love him in that film. And I don't particularly love him in anything else, but him in that film and her, just that is, for me, the peak of performance, I think.
For that, going back to that scene, did you see it in the cinema or?
No, I don't think I ever did see it in the cinema, actually. I don't know what year that film came out in, but it might have been.
Oh gosh, I'm going to throw it out. I mean, people correct me in the comments. I'm going to say something ridiculous like 2001, but
yes, I think I might have been a little bit too young to see it in the cinema.
2004.
So I was 11.
Oh. So you were busy watching Tristan and Isolde.
That's what you were, darling.
Yeah, and it's like on this after.
I think I saw it on DVD, and I've rewatched it multiple times.
Is your absolute scene as a result of watching it multiple times, or was it stand out that moment there and then? When
Always
you first
that moment. Always
okay.
that moment. I think, yeah. I mean, that kind of encapsulates what you would want from love. For me, and love is very important to me.
Did either of those, and they're wonderful scenes, thank you, like both really wonderful examples, did either of those inform, because I guess if you saw both of them around sort of the 11 years old, did either of those inform either any characters or any creativity that you made when you were sort of like doing theatre stuff?
I think Kate Winslet dyeing her hair multiple times in that film.
Looking at your hair right now,
my
flame-haired goddess.
Creative flair.
That's great.
Hair
Why not? Why not?
I don't know. I think the performance that she specifically gives in that is something that I would have probably aspired towards at that time. I don't think I watched it when I was 11. I feel like it might have been a little bit older when I first watched it. But yeah, I think probably on my first watch it would have been
teenage
kind of, and she was kind of angsty teenage-ish.
Definitely
wasn't
had that
she?
vibe.
The vibe, definitely.
Yeah, I just think she's amazing. I think I actually appreciate. Sorry to go on about Kate Winslet.
No, please do. Please talk. Yeah.
Having seen her in Mayor of Easttown a few years ago, I appreciate her so much more as an actor as well.
I think also there were a few actors and actresses at that period that were just cast as very pretty love interests. Yeah. And now all of them are aging into a time where they're like doing these really interesting roles. Like, have you seen Kirsten Dunst in
Civil War?
No, it's the one where it's a pyramid scheme.
Oh no,
I forgot what it's called. It's so good, and she plays this really like trashy southern.
Oh, I love-
it's so good. I cannot recommend that
And
series
I
enough.
love
Let me
to
if I can find
see
out what it is.
those beautiful female actors aging naturally and beautiful wrinkles and
Yeah.
beautiful changes to their body. It's so interesting to me to see that. I love it, and I wish we saw more of it.
Jodie Foster's someone who I'm just
Yeah.
like I've watched quite a few things, not just movies, of her lately in the last few years, and I think I've got to a point now where whatever she will bring out, regardless of the
there.
genre,
no.
I'm
Like,
going to watch it.
I've got my
Yeah.
ticket.
Like Nyad, the film Nyad, which was sort of Oscar nominated. She's just so good in that.
I feel like we're coming to the end.
Great. Thank you for having me. I've really enjoyed it.
Here, we do have one more question.
Okay.
It's okay.
Yes.
It's gonna be fun.
Okay.
So actually, I've got two.
Yeah, go ahead.
two more
Yeah,
questions.
100%.
Okay, so just speaking on like empowerment and like within the industry and then without the industry, what would you say to your younger self? Like, what would some advice be to younger Lily that you really feel like you wish you'd had?
I think if I was looking at my younger self, I would say, and I don't know if this necessarily reflects on the industry, but I would say to myself, you are going to go through some flipping tough times. Like there's going to be a lot of tragedy, as there was in my life early on, but you can come through everything if you surround yourself with the right people and make the choice of who you surround yourself with. Do not be around toxic people.
No.
And that is
No time for it.
that just cut people, and you don't have to explain yourself. If you need to cut someone, cut them, and that will get you through anything, and you will end up in the right place and where you need to be.
Nice. I love that.
Beautiful.
I love
That was
that.
kind of deep, wasn't
No,
it?
That was, like,
it's
really
excellent.
deep.
Yeah,
No,
it
it's
was
a
deep, but I think
wonderful
it's good. I
It's
think
true as
so
well.
you
like,
you choose who you are with.
Yeah, and also the people you surround yourself are a reflection of you.
Yes.
And if you're surrounding
Yes.
yourself with positive, kind people, and those people really want to be around you, then that kind of proves what kind of person you are as well, which is great. Yeah, I love that. Okay, so the final question is that we always end on this question.
Okay.
If there was a question you wish someone would ask you, what would that question be?
Oh my goodness. I think. Let's ask each other how we are more, and let's not just say good thanks. Let's answer honestly. Again, very deep, guys.
See, now, you haven't listened to Brian's episode, have you?
No, I listened to the start of it. Is
That's
that what
exactly
he asked?
what he
Yeah,
said?
so
Yeah.
it's-
So I think
it's
it's
good,
true.
it's nice,
I
it's good,
I think we have a culture in this country of just being like, yeah, I'm fine. Which I think is very useful if you don't want to get into a conversation.
Yeah.
But I do think even with our close friends, we're used to being like, oh, yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine. Let's chat about something else.
Yeah.
And like, I think if you've got those safe people around you and
Talk.
is that kind of what you mean as well?
Yeah.
Like don't just someone on the street be like, how are you? And then be like,
But
"I'm not okay."
also, sometimes those conversations that you have with strangers
True.
are so much more helpful than people you know really well as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I think sometimes I have let out my kind of deepest worries and fears with people that know me less,
Yeah.
because
fine.
you have no
There's no
judgment or no prior history. Obviously, make sure you're safe and make sure it's the right
Yeah.
thing
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
right time. But sometimes talking to someone,
without
I
the
don't know,
baggage.
someone in a shop, someone who's serving you in a shop, or I don't know, someone you've just met at a party. Sometimes those are the
when you
conversations.
have that connection
Yeah.
with them and you're like, oh, this feels like the right space.
This it can be so valuable.
I mean, it sounds like we need to get you and Brian just
Yeah,
asking
yeah.
how each other
Each
are.
other.
Let's do
Come on, Hargreaves.
how are you Furbies? Just sort of like,
Yeah.
Well, then I'm going to ask you, how are you?
Oh, I'm good. I am good. Genuinely. I just answered it exactly how I said it. I am tired.
Okay.
My house is in chaos because we have building work going on, and Christmas is going to be different because we're not going to have Christmas decorations. And I'm looking forward to having some time off
Nice.
and being with my family.
What a way to end. All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us, Lily.
Thank you.
It was a very different episode than we've had before, but very insightful, and I'm very grateful that you came and shared it with us. So it's goodbye from me.
It's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from me. Bye.
That's clearance. Have a great show.